There are many things people prefer to leave behind locked doors: household income, your middle school crush, maybe out a dark past, or maybe your stomach is maybe how much your stomach is upset from the bowl of spicy ramen you had like 2 hours ago. So may come as a shock to many of you when I tell you that I like Demon Slayer. Shocking, I know. So right on cue, approximately 9 years and three weeks late, I watched the most recent episode of Demon Slayer, and I just wanted to share some of my thoughts. Not necessarily just on season four. I kind of want to share some of my thoughts on Demon Slayer generally. So I have a soft spot for Demon Slayer. I will be the first to admit that it's not the best show in the world, especially in terms of the storytelling. I do feel like the storytelling is rather simplistic. It's very folktale like, I want to say. It definitely feels more like a traditional, not necessarily Japanese folktale specifically, but just any sort of folktale. I feel like the storytelling is pretty simplistic, it's good, amazing, heroic hero and the bad guys, and you hero rises from the ashes and takes out the bad guys. Which there's a little more nuance to that, obviously. I do really think it does do a lot of good in a lot of the aspects of its storytelling. I think, obviously, undeniably, I don't know, maybe you could deny it if you're a lunatic. Uh, I do think Demon Slayer does really, really good with its action. Uh, Obviously, I think the action sequences are great. I mean, how could they not be? I'll go and give some of my thoughts on the latest season. So the latest season, a lot of people I've seen a lot of. I mean, I've seen some complaints that it's too slow and it's filler, which I think is actually the opposite. That the opposite is actually true. I really don't think Demon Slayer has a lot of filler. I think it's actually very straightforward and to the point. The filler, I feel like, quote unquote filler, the slow paced segments, I feel like are always uh to the benefit of the storytelling and the just general feel of the show. And so season four was considered to be a very filler season, just to try and milk the most out of the anime as possible. And I really don't think that's the case. I think it definitely was a lot. It was a lot of a slower season, but I think it's a good build up to what comes after, and I think there's a reason it's there. It's kind of like a full course meal, Why am I doing my hands like this? It's kind of like a full course meal, you got the main course, you got your meat, you got your potatoes, and then you got to have some green beans and some broccoli too. And that's what kind of what season 4 is. Normally it's, kind of like sprinkled throughout a little more, but sometimes you just got to take a big honking bite of them greens. And greens, beans, potatoes, tomatoes. And I think that's most of what season 4 is. I really do think it's built up to the season finale, season 5, which, by the way, that last episode was so hype. I'm so excited. So I want to say too, the animation is beautiful. I think the animation and the action sequences really do carry the entirety of this anime a long way, not necessarily just season 4. Just talking about the whole anime in general. I really don't have just a whole lot to say on season 4. I thought it was decent. I don't think it's like peak Demon Slayer. So next I want to talk about the manga. Of course, obviously I got the complete box set. I will say, in my defense, I don't read online manga. I only get physical. So like physical copies. So I'm so justified in spending all the money I did on this. I uh I had a friend I had a friend who like binge read the series too, and he's really bad at no, you know who you are. No offense to you. Um, he's really bad at not giving spoilers, and so he basically got a bunch spoilered. He kind of spoiler. Blah, blah, blah. He kind of spoiled a little bit of the manga for me, like some kind of big stuff. And so I was just like, screw it. I'll just go ahead and get it and read the entire thing. And I read it all in like 2 weeks. Yeah. Anyway, I want to talk about like the manga and like some of the differences. So The biggest thing I want to say about the biggest thing I think I want to say about the manga is the art is beautiful. I don't think it's like god tier art, I guess. It's not super like innovative or whatever, but I do genuinely think it's really, really good. And I love the very like kind of ancient Japanese vibes to it. Like this guy. Just look at that. That guy looks so cool. Yeah, I do really like the art in this. I think it's really good. It uses it's pretty simplistic. Uh anyway, art great. I think I think generally Demon Slayer works better as an anime. I think the only real shortcomings of the manga are the action sequences. Sort of. I think they just translate so well to the the anime screen, you know, that it just kind of makes the manga feel not as good. So I think the final season, because you know, obviously I've read ahead in my wonderful, beautiful Demon Slayer manga collection. That was a hearty slap on the lap. Oh yeah, I think the final season will be really, really good. Just set that down here for now. I think the final season will be really, really good. I think it'll probably, for me, I think it'll probably come second to Entertainment District. Entertainment District, I think is just peak Demon Slayer. There's maybe season 5 can beat it for me. In terms of the manga, it definitely I didn't feel like I didn't feel like it was more like hype or whatever than Entertainment District. There was one character in particular that I was super disappointed with the action sequence with. It felt like he was just kind of cheesed. You know, like when you go to fight a Dark Souls boss and you like level up and use like 50 different magic items and then you kill the boss in like 2 hits. Like that's what it felt like. It was just like I was just like, bro, come on. It could have been so much cooler than this. It could have been like Entertainment District. I think Entertainment District was peak. I don't think it's pretty difficult to get above that in the realm of Demon Slayer for me, I feel like. Almost forgot to give this a rating. I give this a solid 5 out of 10. I think it's good build up for the what's to come. It's not peak in and of itself. It's the greens, you know. It's not the meat and potatoes. But yeah, Demon Slayer good, not best anime of all time. I think season 5 is going to be good. I think a lot of Demon Slayer fans are really going to like it. Uh anyway, I'm going to try to do more videos like this in the future, hopefully. Probably. I enjoy this sort of thing. I'm not looking at the camera. I swear it's fine. But yeah, maybe subscribe. I don't know. Bye. Johnny.